because I think there's one that wins it, and I think there's three of them that are very, very similar that you got to kind of get nitpicky on, because I think all of these are good hogs. I think all of these are going to have a good future down the road, and they're all very good prospect hogs right now. But I think there's one out here that I think I need to go ahead and start with. That's that young lady in the blue shirt coming towards me right there. That gilt right there is one that's just a little bit stouter in terms of how her skull's constructed. She's the most busted open at the base of her chest, and she's really, really good in terms of her freshness and squareness coming down her top, starting right there behind her blades. She's just so massive and opened up. And that one just kind of strikes you with one that's got plenty of muscle, got plenty of expression. She's sound enough for me today, and has that little extra added attractiveness and neck set that comes higher out of the front side of her blades. I'm going to follow that one up with a young man's gilt over here that comes in second. I think that gilt right there is one that's very, very youthful, one that's very, very fresh. And of the remaining three, I think that one's the best in terms of his top shape. I think that one's the best in terms of its, the balance and symmetry whenever you get off to the side of this guy. That one runs uphill. That one's wide and square coming right behind his blades right there. And I think that one's really wide and big pin when you get right in behind him. I'm going to follow that one up with a young lady right here in the red shirt. I think this particular barra, one that's just a little bit plainer as we compare him to the two ahead of him, plainer in his top shape, plainer in terms of the front end construction. I'd like to see that thing run just a little bit more uphill. That one doesn't quite hit you as hard as in terms of the freshness and the stoutness right behind its blade, and maybe doesn't have quite the hip shape when you get right in behind it, but one that's still wide and square in terms of his chest floor, one that still reaches out with an athletic stride when he gets off from behind. The young lady in the teal shirt that rounds out the class, I still think this is a sound structured hog that's still got some good center body to it. The rib cage in this one is still very, very acceptable, and I think this one is still green in terms of its top shape, green in terms of where he's at today. Maybe just doesn't have the bloom and doesn't have the freshness and squareness of top shape as the other ones out here. This one gets a little bit lower in terms of its front end construction, and maybe just doesn't hit you quite as hard in terms of the overall quality eye appeal when you get them out here. Really nice class to sort through. Let's give them all a round of applause.